Hi guys, the Cyclist here. Welcome back to my channel. I have around 50,000 kilometers of experience and I have participated in many races and state trials. But when I encounter a normal cyclist or a cyclist who has just begun, they have so many questions and I can't answer each and every question to every cyclist. So this is a new format that we are starting from today. And I know cycling can get very overwhelming, and even very experienced cyclists might have a lot of doubts, but there are less answers out there. So, from today, we are going to start a podcast series with my co host Bobby. He's not just the owner of Cyclogen, but he himself has around 15 plus years of professional cycling experience. So, he can answer these questions briefly because every day when he's in the store, there might be so many customers with so many problems. So, today I'll be throwing questions on him and we'll get all the answers that we require from him. So, hi Bobby.
Hi,
Welcome
Ramesh.
back to the channel. Yeah, so you are always here, and we always discuss a lot of things. And you might also get a lot of people in the store who
Yeah,
have a lot of questions that come across.
true.
So let's break down this series. First, we will try to question and answer some basic stuff which might be
Sure.
useful for people who are new to cycling, and then we'll move to the professional one.
Works.
Before moving to the video, would you like to introduce yourself or tell them anything that I have not told already?
So, thanks for inviting me in the podcast. It's been 6 years that we have started Cyclogen. Our goal was to get better service to the people here in Pune, especially. Now that we have a strong band with people from across Maharashtra also keep coming here, we are happy to serve them. But our primary goal has been fulfilled. Apart from that, before, I would say now I'm more like a recreational cyclist, but before I used to race. And even before my racing career, I had a racing career of around 4 years old. Before my racing career, I used to also do a lot of endurance rides. So back in the day when I was 13-year-old, I was a cyclist. And by the time I turned 22, 23, I opened a store and now it's running well. So that's just a brief introduction about me.
That's good. So, Bobby, let's start in diving into questions and let's keep it simple so that anybody who's new into cycling, they understand the importance of all these questions because everybody might have this question who's new to this. Regular person, if he wants to pursue cycling as a sport, basically first he just wants to try. So, what kind of bike should he target? Should he target a road bike, a hybrid bike, or an MTB bike? Being a newbie.
So I would say in this case, it's better for the person to first identify his or her goal. And it's also, so it won't justify telling this that, okay, it is as per your age category, but somewhere down the line, it plays a role. So let's say a mountain bike. In India, half of them are not actual mountain bikes.
Yeah.
They are more like recreational mountain bikes. So we strongly recommend that to people who really have bad roads in their city, or for someone who's really energetic inside, like someone who's a teenager, someone who's very young, wants to like thrash the bike, does not maintain it well on time, on
Kind
and
of
off.
abuse the bike.
Yeah, abuse the bike, I would say. So mountain bike, the recreational category is meant for that. Secondly, if you want one single bike to do multiple usage, like a long distance, off road, city rides, pick up your bike whenever you want and go, a mountain bike is the right bike for you.
Okay.
A hybrid is someone who's like an aspiring cyclist. Uh, let's say he wants to do long distance, but he wants to keep everything in a very minimalistic way. Less of hassle on the bike, more of comfort on the bike. The bike should actually complement his fitness level also. At the initial stage, hybrid is perfect for them. Road bikes, it's a very long, it's a very technical bike. So I would not say that, okay, if you're a beginner, road bike is the wrong choice for you. It's not like this. But you need to be prepared to actually welcome a road bike in your family. So if you're an endurance rider, you have an endurance road bike. If you're a racer, you have a aero road bike. If you want something in between both, it's like an all-rounder road bike that you have. Someone who's very serious into the sport, I would say road bike is a good choice for them to take it for the long go. It's a lighter bike, faster bike. It has its own challenges when it comes to maintenance, but thanks to a store like us that we are there, it becomes easy to maintain. If you're not sure about the sport and if you just want to start, I would say a hybrid is good. And if you are the kind of person who's young, or maybe it's for your kid or someone who's just starting off at quite a young age, then a mountain bike makes more sense.
Okay.
I would say.
So basically, we can also classify this on the use case, right? So for example, if a person he wants to buy a bike just to commute in the city, a hybrid would be a better choice.
Perfect, yeah, that is.
And if a person is someone who likes to do long rides, who likes to get into endurance, a road bike is good. And someone who stays near a village where the roads are pathetic, a mountain bike can do. So now we have decided on what are the use cases of a bike and what kind of people should target which bike. What importance does a proper bike size make to a rider, and what is bike fit? Because this term has been floating in the market. Everybody is like, I need a bike fit, I need a bike. What is a bike fit?
This is actually a most underrated topic, I would say. So, when you talk about the bike size, just to simplify the importance of it, if you get a 2 lakh rupee bicycle at 50,000, but it's a wrong size for you, and if you have a 50,000 rupee bike in front of you with no discount, but it's the right size for you, I would say pick up the 50,000 rupee bike, because it's not the price. The size, if you go wrong, it is going to spoil the entire experience of your biking. So that is a very crucial point of it. Like in the store also, we often emphasize a lot on this part. It's not about selling the bike, but if you don't have the right size and if it's in clearance, like still don't buy the bike, I would say. It's not a good option for you. How to identify the right size? It's very simple. Every brand has got its own size chart. You click on that, it tells you a basic range that if you're 165, 170 centimeter, this is the right size for you. 90% of them are accurate, so you can trust them. But it's always better to take a guidance, not from your friend who's a cyclist, but more from a bicycle expert who's there, who understands bikes very well. Now, bike fit is a even deeper concept.
Yeah.
So, bike fit is something that now that you have bought the bike, it's 80% assuming that, okay, you talk to a bike expert and you go for the bike. The bike still needs 20% of adjustment, which is your saddle height, your saddle tilt, your saddle reach, your handle width. Like, just to simplify it, this has to be adjusted. So, bike fit, in short, is the output of that. Now, the how part is again a very big topic. We can cover it in one of the podcasts.
So basically, if there are two riders, both are of, for example, 170 centimeters, it's not necessary that the bike fit for both would be the same, because one rider might have longer legs, one rider might have longer hands. So the bike fit needs to be altered based on the person's own physical dimensions.
True.
So people don't understand. People think if he is also 6 feet, I'm also 6 feet. If he is riding an XL frame, I need an XL frame. It's not that. So always when you go in the store to buy a bike, don't buy the bike which is on sale, or don't buy the bike which the shopkeeper wants to sell you because it's something that he has a target for, because a lot of people do that. Not everyone, but when you go in the market, you might not see a person who will look at you as a rider, but he will more look at you as a customer, and he'll probably try to make the sale. So always try to reach to people who wants to sell something which will be useful to you. This mentality gets developed when a shopkeeper is a rider himself.
Yeah, true.
Otherwise, you will not get this kind of freedom or this kind of flexibility with all the shopkeepers. So that's something that you should take care. Okay. Now, there is a very big controversy about this topic, but you can put some light on it. So, carbon frames are something which everybody is crazy about, and everybody thinks that if they want to reach their potential, they need a very expensive bike, a carbon frame, and all the carbon components. So, according to you, what is the difference between a carbon frame and an aluminium frame? And is the hype around carbon worth it, and is the price tag that it comes at, because carbon bikes are expensive, is it worth it or no?
If you'll ask me if it's worth it or no, the answer is it's definitely worth it. But again, buying an aluminium bike or a steel bike also for that matter, I would say nothing is wrong in that. So it's like you buying a phone. So let's say a 10,000 rupee phone also does your job.
Right.
And a 1 lakh phone also does moreover the same
Right.
job. It's the convenience that you choose for. Same with the cars. Like we don't choose a basic car, even though our work is done in that basic car. We choose something which gives you more convenience and comfort.
More features.
Yeah.
Some more comfort
Yeah.
over the basic necessities.
So it all depends on what is your need. Definitely, aluminium bikes are great. Steel bikes are also great. But if you want a bike which is lighter, it accelerates better, then a carbon is a better choice. But again, there is a myth which runs around that मेरा वजन तो कम कर लूँगा तो हो जाएगा, वैसे नहीं होता है, because carbon is not just lighter. The molecules in, let's say, a carbon bike like this is quite intact. So even if you are lighter or you're heavier, the bike is going to act irrespective of your weight. So if you're let's say 80 kgs and you're riding a aluminium frame versus if you're 80 kgs and you're riding a carbon frame, or if you're 75 and you're riding a carbon frame, or if you're 85 and riding a carbon, the dependency on the carbon is actually the molecules which play a major role. But it all depends on how sure you're in the sport. If you're sure you're going to achieve a particular goal where you'll need a bike like this, then carbon is great. If you're not sure, you're not going to maintain the bike, you're going to keep the bike in your parking, you might ride and you might stop for 2 months. Again, you might start riding. Then maybe stick to an aluminium. That would be a better option.
Okay, so for a beginner, aluminium is the choice at start.
Yeah.
And probably once they start riding and once they identify their goal, whether they want to go into racing or they want to go into endurance, probably just still remain a casual rider. Based on that, then they can make a call of what needs to be done. Great. The next question is, I've taken a bike. What all accessories are necessary or probably which I need to invest in, because it's not just the bike that I can ride. What are all the accessories which you feel, let's divide them, must have, good to have, and can ignore?
Now this is a great question, I would say, and it's moreover in the sync. So what happens is, we have often observed that when a person's budget is it's 1 lakh, many riders put 1 lakh on the bike and they end up not accessorizing themselves or the bike.
Yeah.
Then again you spoil the experience actually.
Right.
Like the bike does not just play the role, it's your equipment also which plays a major role. So again, to simplify it, if you are a beginner, the most priority thing that you have to spend your money on is your helmet, your jersey, your bib shorts, puncher kit and your pump. What happens is you think कि अरे pump का ज़रूरत नहीं है, we don't need to pump it every now and then, we can go out and pay 2 rupees or 5 rupees and pump it. It doesn't work, because जब सुबह एक दिन finally you feel like आज उठ के मुझे चलाना है, you see there's no pressure and you'll stop, you'll not go. So that's again a very underrated thing. These are the primary essentials. Now as soon as you pick up, let's say your secondary essentials, I would say, is going to be lights. So if you're going early in the morning or late in the night, you need a strong headlight. Tail light, again, I would strongly suggest that buy it as your primary accessory, considering living in the city.
Yeah.
A goggles, like it keeps your body very cool, it keeps your eyes very cool, you can run longer. Good bottle gauges, and a good bottle also, because sometimes you try to pull out, the bottle doesn't come, it's again a problem. A good saddle, these all come in the secondary aspect for you.
Okay, so now I think you understand of what importance does a good jersey, a helmet and a bib short does. Probably if you ride without a bib shorts, you will not want to sit on the saddle again.
Yeah.
Because it's so uncomfortable without the bib shorts. And also about the jersey, as Bobby mentioned, the size of the jersey also matters. Like this is a t-shirt. The t-shirt can be loose, but if a jersey fits like this, it's not right size for you, and you might feel the aero drag whenever you're riding. You might feel you are getting resistance a lot. So these all things are very important. Also the helmet, the size of the helmet is also very important.
Yeah, true.
So you can't wear a helmet which just wobbles whenever you move your head. You need a proper head size helmet for you. So take care of all these things while purchasing all the accessories. I have bought a bike. I have bought all the accessories. I am riding every 2-3 times a week, around 1 hour. And I am riding from 6 months. And from the day I started riding till now, I am able to cover the same amount of distance in the same time. So I don't see an improvement in my speed. So how can a normal cyclist try to get a bit faster, as I would say, without getting into proper training? And the amount of resources are very limited. He has just 1 hour a day, and he can't ride every single day, and he has his office or probably college, and the rest of the day is very hectic. What are the things they should focus on?
Again, this is a very, very subjective question, but I'm going to just put it in a generic way, which is going to be beneficial for all. First thing first is the discipline. Like if I'm riding, let's say thrice a week, I have to be consistent in thrice a week. Second thing is going to be your sleep, which matters a lot to improvise it. So if you are running lack of sleep and you're riding, it's going to affect your performance anytime. Third is the nutrition. So nutrition is not something that happens that okay, tomorrow I'm going for a ride, so tonight I'll eat healthy.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like this. It is a journey. So whatever you adapt to your nutrition today, it is going to take at least 2 months to adjust in your body, and then it creates a performance output. These are like the instant low hanging fruits that you can grab to increase your performance. Then gradually you can plan as to how to do it.
Cool. Now, I have seen a lot of riders in the city. They get hit. I don't blame anyone. It might be anybody's fault. But being a newbie cyclist, how can he keep himself safe in the traffic? Or is there any changes or adaptations that he can do to make his ride safe?
I would say your safety is your lookout. Very blunt. You wear your helmet. You have your rear light in place. You follow the lane disciplines, you follow the traffic rules, and you follow the guidelines of whatever is mentioned. So if you're in the highway and you're sprinting in the middle of the highway, and if someone bangs you from behind, it's your fault. It's not the other person's fault. So first is you have to take care of your own safety. Then definitely there are signals of how you can avoid the other person to like literally rush into you. When you feel that okay, the guy is coming very closer to you, so you have to be vocal about it, or you have to just signal out saying that
Slow down.
or maybe go give me some space and go. That is one. If you ask me, I'm how polite I am in the store, I'm very vocal on road. Like not abusing but shouting a lot. Because whenever someone is honking for no reason behind you, you know it's a 2-lane road, you also have equal right on that road. So you can be loud saying that I just shout ki kya hai? I just turn behind and say kya hai? I'm going, what is the problem? Then they understand. So most people understand that okay, we have to give them the space. Are you also being like a cyclist? If you will be a spoiler to them by blocking their road, then it might end up not being well. And being safe with your equipments, like wearing your helmet, your headlight, your tail lights being on. Wear some bright, I would say light and bright,
so that people can identify you from a distance.
Can see you.
Also, one thing that I want to highlight is I see a lot of cyclists, they put headphones in their ear and then they ride. It's very dangerous because you might not be able to hear anyone, and you don't have a rear mirror where you can see people coming from behind, or probably they are also thinking that you will maintain your lane, and suddenly if you turn left or right, you're gonna hit them. Always make sure that you are very attentive on the road. I would say be respectful of each other. If there are cars and bikes, they have equal right to be on the road as much as you. So don't try to block the road. Don't try to act that you are the king and you can do whatever you want. Be in your lane, be disciplined, and probably they'll start respecting. That's what I feel is right. So moving on to the next question. I can get bib shots probably for 1500. It starts from 1000, 1500, and then there are bib shots which cost 20,000. So what difference will it make if I wear a 1500 rupee bib shot or a 20,000 rupee bib shot, and why is the expense so much in cycling?
You're talking about bib shots, and right behind you there are saddles starting from 3,000 until 45,000.
So that's what people want to understand. Is it okay if they ride on a 1500 bib shots, or do they need to invest in a very pricier bib shots to get better in cycling?
Equipments are, it's a jazz. So you love when it's a good equipment any day. We're talking about this helmet. So it's one of the finest helmets in the world. You love this helmet when you put it on your head and ride. But keep equipments simple. Because the ultimate excitement and the fun for you should not be wearing this helmet, but riding.
Riding.
Even if you have this helmet or a 1500 rupee helmet or a 1500 bip shot or a 25,000 bip shot, you should enjoy riding. Is that goal should not be missed. I would say a 1500 bip shot, I would not encourage anyone to go for it because it has a lot of compromise on the quality. Neither I would suggest to go for a 25,000 one because you're paying more for the brand value than the technical aspect.
Right.
So if it comes to a bib shot or any part in general, have a trustworthy shopkeeper who would help you out, approach, who can guide you thoroughly. But moreover, I would say you need to have the value for money aspect. And secondly, you can't put all your money in one particular product.
Right.
Being in cycling for so long, I'll say cycling it's a very expensive sport. Spend wisely. Spend on something which is quality, no doubt. If you buy a 1500, 2,500 rupee whip shot, it's not going to give you the pleasure. It needs to give you that comfort. If you try to just show that, okay, whip shot tick mark, helmet tick mark, goggles tick mark, but this is for a low quality product, it is not going to give you that fun. Like you need to be comfortable in whatever you ride, whatever you wear.
When I started cycling, I used to wear a bib short on which I used to wear a short on which I used to wear a pant. So I used to feel that's how people do it, and that's the normal thing. But once I got serious, once I got to know what people, bib shorts are bib shorts. You don't need to wear anything under, nothing over. It's just the bib short. And also about the quality, as Bobby mentioned, I have been using some bib shorts which like they are just sponge, and they are sometimes it's just cotton. It's just a cloth. But when I got into getting some good quality bib shorts, I really understood a difference. It used to feel so comfortable, and I used to enjoy more time on the saddle. It used to be a very flawless experience. So the better quality equipments you use, the more comfortable you are on the bike, and the more better you will get into the sport. I can just put it that way.
Just since you took the bib shorts topic up, somewhere between 8 to 12,000 is a sweet spot to buy a ride bib shorts.
Yeah. And these bib shorts last you long.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
that
true.
if you buy it, you need to change it every 3 months something. It might last you
Yeah.
a year or even two if you use them properly and take good care. In cycling, previously it just used to be bikes with rim brakes. And now there are disc brakes in bike, and now there are aero rotors. There is a mechanical disc brake setup. There's a hydraulic disc brake setup, and there is hype around all this. And not me, but I see a lot of disc brake bike owners who look down to people who have rim brake bikes. So I just want to get a perspective from you of is disc brake really over rim brakes? And if yes, why? And if no, why?
If you talk about the technology and the advancement in this, we as shopkeeper also have to keep updated every year that, okay, what new is coming and what old is coming, what is the reason. But to just simplify it, I would always say that some technology is definitely an experiment. Some things are like proved and proven that, okay, this is what is going to work. And technology is always going to benefit you.
Yep.
So if you will go for a rim brake bike versus a disc brake bike today, disc brake has a lot of advantage, not just on the braking part, but on your rolling part, on the control of the bike, on the confidence that you get on the bike when you go on, not just on a flat road, but during ghats, up the ghat, down the ghat. It's all good. Why people look rim brakes as down is not because of the rim brake. It's because of still why are you using something old when you have the option of going for something better.
Yeah.
But I would say that disc brakes have a lot of advantage. Mechanical challenges are there, but to be honest, it's not your lookout. It's the mechanic's lookout. If your bike is not working well, you give it to the mechanic.
Yep.
It's not for you to do anything. Basic things you do.
Yep.
Mechanics have to be trained to do a better job in that. So that's the shop's lookout and the mechanic's lookout. For you, what you want is pure fun to ride, good confidence, good safety for you to ride, and less of maintenance. Disc brakes, again, it's a myth that disc brakes has a lot of maintenance. It has very less maintenance.
Yeah, I own myself two of my bikes were disc brake
One
bikes.
is your.
One is the frame you can see on the top. So I never faced any issues on a disc brake, apart from the fact that disc brake wheel sets are costlier than rim brake wheel sets. So if I talk about the Advantages and disadvantages. So rim brake bikes are lighter. Probably the whole build, not the bike itself,
Yeah.
but the whole build is a bit lighter because you don't have disc brakes. Also, the brake pads are rubbing. It's very easy to adjust. People can do it at home. But for a disc brake bike, you might need some basic equipment like if your disc is bent, you might need to get it straight. Or there are a couple of things. But at the end, once you are on the road, the amount of confidence that a disc brake bike will give you, it can never be matched. And I'm even not talking about conditions where it is raining. When it is raining and if you are on a descent and if you have a rim brake bike, only God can help you and stop you. But on a disc brake bike, you will never face that issue.
True. I'll tell you one more thing on this to add on. Your rim brake, let's say if it's a wheel, and your rim brake is getting pressed in the circumference of the wheel. So after a point, it actually damages or destroys the rim because the thickness gets narrower, and you have to discard the wheel. In disc brake, it's never the case. So it hits the rotor, and you just have to change the rotor every now and then. So once you buy a wheel, it's probably there for 10-12 years for you.
It might last you very long.
Yeah. And in rim brake, you need to switch your wheels after a time because it sort of brushes your wheel out.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We are going to come up with many more videos on this where we are going to target different kinds of cyclists. So we will make these separate videos. If you have any question cycling related events, please mention all those questions in this comment so that we get feedback from you and then we can take that question and try to answer in this podcast so that we are able to help many more people. So I think that's all from this video.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Bobby, for being in the video and sharing all your insights. I think this video might be helpful for a lot of people. Let's see of what their reaction is. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Make sure that this video reaches people who need it. That's all from this video, and we will have Bobby for many more videos in this series.
See you guys in the next
you guys.
episode. Bye.
Bye.